Just got back from the AA meeting, and I got my 30-day chip. Ooh yeah. So it's a pretty good meeting, right? But I'm gonna just share when I get my 30-day chip, my 60-day chip, my 90-day chip, all the way until, okay, who knows, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, because this time I am giving up, I surrender. But the good part, about the first 30 days, right, is you start feeling again, right? You start getting your feelings back. But the bad part is you start getting your feelings back, right? See, drugs was not my problem. Drugs was my solution to my problem. My problem is really me. Problem is in here, internal. I'm looking for an external problem, and I'm looking to try to fix it externally when it's an internal problem, right? So drugs was just the solution. I use drugs to mask the real problem, right? And it took a while to really understand when people said that. Like, I've been hearing things that I've heard before, but it's making sense now. I was using the drugs, right? But right now I'm in the first 30 days and I'm starting to feel again. And I'm starting to have these feelings that I can't get them out of my head. Like, I just screwed up such a good thing. I just screwed up a good relationship. I had, the job, the cars, and all that stuff. But, I can get those things back, but I can't get this relationship back no matter what I do. It's not up to me. I don't control that. So it keeps running through my head. I feel so guilty. I feel so much shame. And I could really be like curled up in a ball with the lights off in this room, like crying all day. That's where my head's at right now. But I've been converting that energy into positive energy, because energy can't be destroyed. It can only be converted. Like, no scientist in the world can destroy energy. Like, everything's energy. The wall, this energy is, you know, atoms floating around super fast to make the wall boom. Thoughts are energy. Words are energy. Everything is energy. It can't be destroyed. It can only be converted. And right now, I'm taking that energy and I'm converting it. I'm staying in the book. If I don't have this book in my hand, I got the Bible in my hand. I go to sleep with this in one hand, the Bible in the other hand. I got my notebook sitting on my chest every night, every single night so far. I'm taking that energy from that pain because I'm going through it. I'm telling you, I'm going so through it right now. All these thoughts keep bombarding me, right? But I keep saying the serenity prayer, man. If you don't know the serenity prayer, it's in the book. You need to get you one of these books. It is a prayer. It's not words. This is something that you pray. It's energy. You put it out and you believe it. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. See, when I go through this in my head, when I keep thinking of these things, I say the prayer immediately. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So grant me the serenity just to be able to accept the things that I can't change. I can't change what I just did. And in this book, in the AA book, see, first off, listen, on the streets, you stick to the G code, right? They always tell you don't snitch, and they tell you don't trust no one, right? That was my old thinking, right? Well, my best thinking, I did the best thinking I could possibly do, and look where it got me. I'm 40 years old, and I'm in a shitty rehab in Tampa, Florida, right? That was the best thinking I had, and here I am, right? So I'm not going to do that thinking no more. I'm switching it up. In the AA book, it's like the Bible, right? There's a part that I was reading that's really helping right now. It says, there may be some wrongs that we can never fully right. We don't worry about them if we can honestly say to ourselves that we would right them if we could, right? So, I mean, I'm all in with this book. I am going to make this book prove what it's saying, because these are called promises, okay? The promises of this book says, if we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed. We will be amazed. That's a promise. Before we are halfway through, we are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity, and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations we used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. I read that today. I mean, I've read all this stuff before, man. I've sat in prison and read this book from front to back, cover to cover, be in confinement, nothing to do. I never have seen the things that I see. I've read, I'm reading the same words, but the stuff is popping out on me like it's a whole new ball game, right? It's because I'm believing this stuff and I'm going to test it. I am trusting this, right? Because I'm the type of dude that you hear people say they got to bang their head on a brick wall to make sure it's real. I'm the type of dude that bangs my head on every single brick of the wall to test every brick. And then I go back and double check. And that's not just something I'm saying. I literally got beat up by the same kid twice in a row because I did not believe the first time. I had to test him again. This is a true story. I'm not even playing, right? So that's the type of addict I am. I am going to do my part to do this program. See, the AA meeting, you don't go to them. You don't go to them like it's a movie, which was what I was doing. First off, I was just going to the meetings because to please everybody else. Now, it's not something you go to and watch the show, right? Like they would have speakers tonight, you don't go and watch. This is a program of action. It says it all throughout this book. It is a program of action. Rigorous action, thoroughly. Those words that's in there, I look them up in the dictionary. I'm a freaking weirdo about it, but it's like you have to work this program. These are steps that you have to work, and I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to trust the process, right? And I go back to those promises, and I'm trusting it, and I'm trusting my higher power. I get on my knees every single day now, and I pray to God that I do His will, and He just gives me the strength and the courage that I need to go on because I'm just going through it. You start having these feelings again. You start having these dreams that's vivid. I dream about that girl 5 times a week now, right? And all day is bombarding me, but in the dreams, I can't control it. I'm asleep, man, and it hits me. And these dreams now are so vivid. The other day, I'm having a dream that I was stealing at stores, right? I was in like the mall stealing, and I was riding up the elevator, and it's a glass elevator. I could see. I look out and I see like 3 cops. And I could still tell you exactly what these cops look like. I seen every detail on these cops. And when the doors opened, I had accepted the fact that I was getting arrested and I was going to jail. It was that time when you're going in. I had fully accepted it. The doors were opening. I turned around to cuff up and I woke up. And I was so thankful. I mean, but I could tell you the badge number on the cop. It was so real. But I've just been saying, I was making this video to give me, show you I got that 30-day chip. And if anybody's going through the same thing I'm going through early in their recovery, get this book, man. And go to those promises. Say that serenity prayer. Get on your knees, pray to God. Because I know what you're going through. I've been there, I've done it. I'm doing it again, right? But I'm giving it my full, honest, everything. And I hope that the end of this series, when people watch this, they don't have to go through it as many times as me, because it gets worse and worse every time. And man, that stuff is not a good life, man. It's not a good life. So this is the 12th step. Okay, if you know the steps, this is what I'm doing right now is the 12th step. We're helping other addicts. We're sharing our experience, strength, and hope. That's what I'm doing right now, because the lady in the meeting said today, how we stay sober. She read a part in here. She said the most important part is the remedy as alcoholics working with other alcoholics, addicts working with other addicts, sharing their experience, strength, and hope. That's the 12 steps. And they say that she seems to think, and she had like 7 years clean. She seems to think that that is the most important part. So I'm glad I'm doing these, and I'm gonna keep doing them. They're not gonna be every day, but I just got that 30-day chip, and I'm stoked. So I'm gonna leave you with that. But I appreciate y'all. If anybody does even click on these videos, we'll see. But peace and hair grease, y'all.